and I got my copy, and I'm happy to show it to the Rival Schools fans. If you're not a Rival Schools fans, hopefully you will be by the end of this, and if you're still not, I ain't got nothing to say to you. So, um, we'll just get straight to it. So here's the cover page. A lot of really cool characters, a lot of familiar characters that you probably recognize, but they're gonna get a deep dive, and you can see their artwork when we get inside the book. So here we go. Straight to it. Straight to it. So here's the that we got a cool little spread of the characters walking. Little clip of Daigo and Akira. Shoma, Natsu, Hinata, Bowman, Batsu, Kisuke, um, I forget his name, and then Hideo. So, got all the homies. And then we have this cool little line piece work here. Can go through that and see the villains up here. He looks kind of funny. Just the two eyes with like the spiky hair. It looks funny. That's maybe Hideo and um, the other lady, the massage lady that breaks your back. Find her in here and point her out. But they got this cool little lineup right here for all the characters. Her, that's her up there. It's her and him up here, I think, because they got his pointy hair and they got her jacket in her folder. See, there's the folder and there's his pointy hair. But I think we'll see later. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But yeah, here's the PlayStation version that you could play of Rival Schools. And I've played this one, but I played the Dreamcast one a lot more. So here's the select screen. If anybody remembers this, let me know in the comments. And then here is the gameplay window. You can see the graphics looks a little, it's something. But yeah, if you've ever played Rival Schools, you know, like at the time, this game was fire. So and hello to anybody coming in. Hopefully a Rival Schools fan. The art book just dropped recently, so I'm just showing off some cool stuff inside of it. Some of the artwork, bring back that nostalgia, and yeah, some of that kind of boxy graphics and all that stuff. Let's see, going through this. Let's see. And then this was the box cover for the Japanese release of the Project Justice 2. And that's Shoma's brother. And then some cool pictures. I never knew they had a character creation. Did you know they had a character creation in Rival Schools? What? I did not know that. So just when I got this book, I'm like, I need to try to get the Japanese version because I want to try to do that and create a character in Rival Schools. So let's see. Here's more pictures, updated game model. Looking good, even for back then. And then some of the new characters that were added in Project Justice for Dreamcast. Yes, Dreamcast. It was very cool on Dreamcast. You got the updated models, you got more stuff, you got the different characters here, updated character models. You got all of these new guys that just came in, the powered up versions. So that was really tight when that came in. And then this dope art piece right here. Look at that. Akira right there. Especially if you're Rival Schools fans, you've seen this piece before. It's a lot of advertisement for the game, and yeah, this one's a really cool one. Plus, it's Capcom art, so everybody loves the Capcom style, where they kind of have the collab pieces. I used to have a lot of Capcom art style books. Some more really cool promotional art from the book. You got the Diego, Edge, and Gun right there. Batsu, Hideo. He got the uppercut like um, Ken and Ryu, and he had a fireball. So that's why I liked that character. He was dope. Hayato just looked really cool because he looked like he had a sword. And then Batsu was tight because he looked like he had a sword. But it's a tight guy playing the baseball and the soccer right there. Another type piece. They were the click right here. You could team up as these three and get the superpowers. If you played the game, then you know that it's based on the team up. So your team up is important. If you team up with people that you are affiliated with, you'll get a cool special. If not, then it won't be as good. So here's another really cool piece right here. This looks like transition of Batsu to Vatsu, or is that Diego? Or but yeah, Hinata and Sakura, and then there goes Akira right there. So yeah, another awesome art piece from Rival Schools, fresh into the book. And then another dope one right here with new characters. These new characters in the back right here. But yeah, this is a good one too. And then I really like this one. This one's really cool. Just like how the red looks on it with the characters hidden in the red. It's a really cool art idea. And I'm definitely going to use this as reference to make something like that and put the characters kind of in there and then have that character right here. So it's like your eye line goes out like that. Dope stuff. And then I like this art style, the way it kind of, I don't know, kind of looks dirty, but it just, that's the only way I can describe it, but it looks really cool. Another really cool way to portray and draw them, because not everybody does art the same way, and it's cool to see other people's art styles. So very happy to see how other people do art, and very happy to see that in the Rival Schools universe. So you get to see some of your favorites here. Akira up front because she's extremely popular. Shoma right there, he's dope too. I think Kisuke, I remember, might have been on some other games too. And then a little fight scene with Batsu and Kuro. Or I remember that's his name, I think. Some Project Justice stuff. And then let's get into the characters. So Batsu. And also I'm gonna go through it. So let me know if you see a favorite character that you wanna see again. And also, if you like Rival Schools and if you like Capcom art, give this live a like. Give me a like, please, so that we can show appreciation to Rival Schools. Okay, so here we go. Here is Kisuke. Kyosuke. Keep saying Kisuke, but he was a go-to, and his art is really dope. So, and I like how they have these development sketches to show. You can bunch up a little bit here, just how detailed they get in creating the character and making it so that they know what's going on with the character. Select screen, dope Kisuke art. Hinata. We got Hinata right here. Is anybody playing with this character in the game? In-game model right here. Select screen, story mode, and then ending art. And then more details right here that are cool about the glove. They got the inside and the outside. voice. So they take their time. They make sure they're going into detail with things. And again, what's up, everybody? I'm just reviewing slash showing off this Rival Schools art book that I'm excited to just dropped, and I'm been wanting to play Rival Schools again, so this is just gonna tide me over till I can maybe get a Dreamcast again. Hey, thanks for the like, whoever just liked it. I must be a Rival Schools fan, and that must mean you're pretty dope. So thank you for that. And then here we go. Here's Hayato. He was a really cool character. Really cool. Did anybody use this character? Let me know. Like if you used this character. Because I used him a little bit, but he wasn't my main. So let's go over to this page and we can see his development sketches and all of that, and how they take time to make sure his shoulders or stand out and all of that, his legs. So they take the time with the character. So he's a dope one. And then Chairperson. I didn't really use her that much, but she's trying to be like a little Hayato, so why not? And then some more sketches of her over here. I think I might have used her a little bit, but I don't even remember what she did. It's been so forever since I played the game. I'm just happy to have the artwork in the book first. And then Natsu, the volleyball player. In-game model right here. Really cool artwork of volleyball player quads. But yeah, did anybody use her? Put a like if you used her in the game as one of your mains. And then there's these, and then the sketches that are cool. Actual line. Thighs are slightly large. Yep. Body line. She has kind eyes. They go into detail like that, so that's really cool. Shoma. Yeah, he was dope. He was real tight, and he was a favorite right there. So I always liked using Shoma. Any combination, even if he didn't match up, Shoma was the guy. And it was just tight to use his bat skills. I think he even reflected fireballs and all of that. And then he just looked like low-key like Bruce Lee right there. So he just was a tight character. And that was a select screen. I always liked that image. So that was a tight one of him. He doesn't look as cool right there, but just cool right there. I'll just say that. And then I like the way this is short and childish. Arms are not so thick. And just the different kind of notes that they have on them. And then that's when you beat the game or beat someone with them, which I'm familiar with because I was doing that with him. But yeah, let me know if he's one of your favorites too, or if you used him a lot, or if he was in your mix-up, because he was one of the mains for me. Here we go, Roboto. Was he one of your mains? Was he a favorite in your mix-up? I didn't really use him too much, but I knew people that mixed them up and like to use them real good, and so you had to get used to them. And look at those buff ass legs. It's crazy. Damn, calves. Ridiculous. But yeah, imagine him kicking a ball at you. But here we go. There's a select screen. Got a lot of product in his hair to make it sharpen up like that and go out, but yeah, he was dope. And then this ending art just has the sun on him. Doesn't have really a different uniform, just the sun's changing the color of it low-key. Tight muscles and sharp legs. Large spike shoes. And there we go. That's him. And then there's his big naked man. No, there's Nagare. He's the swimmer. But I didn't really use him just because he was on the newer ones, and I'd already got used to some of the other characters. So um, yeah, he wasn't one of the mains. But like, let me know if he was one of your mains. Let me know if you were feeling Nagare. But this picture is funny, like him with his giant ass quad. Them describing him looking like Evangelion. That's funny. Does anybody know what Evangelion is? Then looks like Superman, kind of. We got a little shine star. These are always cool. This is why I like getting the art book, because you can see art like this of the character that's not really ever going to be seen anywhere except for a place like this in art book. Just the developmental sketches. Then the tennis player Momo. Is anybody using the tennis player Momo? Momo. Anybody? Oh, we lost somebody. But glad we still got one. Even if we didn't have anybody, it's still rival schools. So they got into detail with their outfit. She's just kind of like the chibi, kawaii kind of character with a tennis racket. It was cool to use her, but I didn't really use her too much. And then we got right here Roy, Superstar Roy right here. Big boy Roy. This guy was dope too. Used him a lot because he had a lot of really cool moves. So he was a favorite of a lot of people. And then the select screen. Big ass jaw, big ass hands. They always emphasize the hands in this game, or in this art book too. But thick. That's all they gotta say. Thick. Small and into the fingertips. That's interesting. That kind of detail that they're going into. And then when you beat someone to a pulp, he just throws paper in the air and then just reflects. There we go. So there's Roy. Again, let me know if he was one of your mains. He was one of my mains, for sure. And here's his girlfriend, Tiffany Lords. She was not necessarily my main. She was just kind of like the eye candy, obviously, character. Fan service. What is that about the spell? I don't know. I don't want to spell it out all the way. Um, Not appropriate for what's on here. Well, the way she's dressed, and fuck it. So, anyways, there's the select screen, story mode, headshots. So, but yeah, she's still a cool character. I still like the design of her character. I feel like it's very American because Roy was like the American character, and Tiffany Lord's like the blonde American. So they're like, yeah, this is the blonde American, man. Red, white, and blue. Character scheme, stars and stripes, and all that stuff. Everything's big in America, all that stuff. So, yep, they were rolling with that. Bordered dark gray belt. I bet there's more notes somewhere else, but big old bald man. Flying snakes. But yeah, Bowman, Beast Bowman. Like I said about the hands, they emphasize the hands, like they're gonna crush a skull with those hands. It's crazy. Here we go. Select screen Bowman. More big old hands. Big old hands. Then the ending art. Ha ha ha, he just beat you up. And then this is pretty fresh, bro. Shoes are vintage. kind eyes, just like the Natsu, but his face wins arguments. So we're gonna wrap it up on Edge though. Has anybody played with Edge? Like if you've used Edge. Here's some cool sketches on him right here. Happy that he has a knife. That's a cool sketch. And then cool design. Stretch what can be stretched, squeeze what can be squeezed, widen what can be widened. That's cool. So yeah, and then that goes to that. Stretches torso, stretches hair, widen the pants, all that stuff. And then he's looking like Yu Yu Hakusho over here. But yeah, we're gonna cut it short for that on the rival schools. Very happy that I can get everybody that joined me and all the rival schools fans. Appreciate that. But when I come back next time, I'm gonna show more of the book. So yeah, thanks for joining the live.